बेड लेके और क्या सब गोल गोल घूम रहे थे। मेरे साथ भी ऐसे ही कुछ, मैं नीचे जमीन पे और सब गोल गोल घूम रहे थे। एक आदमी ने मेरा कॉलर उठाया, मैं वो आगे, दूसरे आदमी यहाँ पे नब्बे टच मुझे देख के लगा मैं कहाँ आ गया। And thought hit me on my nose and my nose started bleeding. I was calling for help and there was no help around. Finally, when they got tired of beating me up, they left me again down to the road. I walked up to the car, my nose bleeding, sat in the car, the others came in, and I had to sit this way. Halfway through the journey from Darjeeling to Bagdogra, the driver fell in. So driver fell in, nobody else could drive the car. They asked me to drive the car. How do you want to drive the car? Well, I had no choice. I took over the jungle. I was driving like this, hoping that I don't miss out any curve because it's a very curvy road if any of you have traveled by road in Darjeeling. So that was my first experience of how good a journey it would be finally. Learn things from being hammered, bashed up badly. I still remember, and I think I have a mark in my nose to remind me that the journey began in Bengal. Nonetheless, I wasn't, the setback was no setback for me. I thought probably this was a learning curve. We got to Bagdogra, and Bagdogra we had to switch cars from Jomba to Ambassador. Again, the same thing happened after 1 hour journey. The driver felt giddy and he said he is not well. I was made to sit and drive the Ambassador to Calcutta all the way. And we were to pass Passing. Is Passing on the way from Darjeeling to Bagdogra to Calcutta?
Yeah.
Or there's some jam which. Can I forget? There was one area which was dangerous and there were no lights on the road those days. Can I reach safely to Calcutta? I was asked to rest in Karnani Mansion, that's where Shakida had the flats. It's close by Karnani Park. So I got to know a little bit more of Bengal, I got the taste of Bengal, where food is concerned, where bashing up is concerned, and where filmmaking is concerned. So my journey in all terms started from the soil of West Bengal. And that's how it is very close to me. I have a celebrating cricket team, and I proudly own that team. It's called Bengal Tigers. And whenever I get an opportunity to come to Calcutta, for whatever reason, I am never shy. I'm always here. In fact, I had accompanied my wife when she came in for Saurabh's show. And I've been a big fan of Saurabh, been a big fan of cricket on the whole. Football was the passion when we were growing up. Football we used to play in our childhood days, and I remember me and Anil were the only two boys in the colony that we were in. We stayed almost like a chaw-like colony. We went to fun in the kitchen. Me and Anil were the only boys who would wear chappals. Our chappals were the goalposts, to this side and to that side. That's how we used to play football, and that's how I could learn a few tricks about football. And all that was forgotten thanks to 1983, where cricket fever took over the nation. Somewhere football was forgotten. And while all this happened, the journey continued. I came across Akash and Joy. One evening in 2017 or 2017, they come up to me. We were working on the post-production of Mom. It was just releasing or it had just released something, about it. And they narrated me this plot and the story of this coach who had done so much, and nothing much was available on Wikipedia or YouTube about him except one picture and very, very little. But they had gathered a lot of material. They probably had met his son, they had met and whatever they narrated to me appealed to me, and I thought, I think football needs to be encouraged, and there can be no better plot than this, no better story than this. Hockey, Indians were champion pre-independence and just after independence. Football's glory days which people had forgotten. I mean, it was erased from people's memory because cricket we were at reached such heights. And since I had played football in my young days, and at the same time, what they narrated to me appealed to me a lot. That's how I got sucked into this project. We moved ahead and I got hold of my son Amit Sharma. And I said, because I knew that there can be nobody as dedicated to him. He is as passionate about whatever he does, whether it is filmmaking or whatever. All what he does is with intensity and full of passion. So he was on board, we started working, we had a couple of writers, Simon, Ritesh, and then he took help from some other writers too, and of course Joy, Akash had their inputs. We had Hakeem, Saeed Abdul Rahim's son, who had come into Bombay. He gave us a lot of inputs about all what had happened. And all the groundwork which Joy and Akash had done all came about. The script was ready. And in between that period, they had come to Calcutta. In fact, Amit, the DOP and his team, with Akash and Joy, they come to Kolkata and met the players who were still around. P.K. Banerjee, Chuni Goswami, Balram, Franco, Arun Ghosh. And some players probably were called to Bombay. Somebody from yeah, you met Franco too. And somebody came to Bombay also from Bangalore. Here, this is where they gathered all what we had to catch up. And today he reached a situation where he could probably talk about football to the best of players in football, whether it is Ronaldo or Chetri. He knows so much about football, probably more than any football player. He will be able to talk about football history. Well, now to sum up my answer of all that he has asked, I'm very, very satisfied and happy the way the film has shaped up. Somehow, this film will hold a very, 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 I'm very proud of it, and it holds a special position in my heart because of the kind of labor that has been put in, and the result which I see is absolutely fantastic. A colleague of mine who saw the film last night, and after that he sent me a message. This is my 45th film. He sent me a message here, Boni, he called me Dala. Boni Dala, your 44 films on one side and this film on one side. That's how good this film is. I mean, he says this film will create history. Now, I don't know whether to believe him or not. You guys see the film and you can give me some kind of whether he was lying or he was trying to say the truth. But the fact is, I feel almost the same. Of course, there is Australia too that I have done. And there are various other films that I have done. But this film seems to be more special because the kind of challenges we faced throughout the making of this film. We had COVID, we had three breakdowns, we had a cyclone, which totally disrupted the sets. The sets were washed away. And there were many things which we went through, there were many hurdles. There was a time when the matches were shot and we needed a crowd. And we couldn't get foreigners in Bombay because of COVID, everybody had left. Finally, Amit's assistant came with this idea, let's go to Bangkok. There are foreigners still available here. And there are some videos which would be a good backdrop for stadiums all over the world. Well, after we finished most of the filming of the film and the matches, Amit and his crew went to Bangkok. They were there for 9-10 days only shooting the crowd shots, which of course have been put across in the film fantastically well. You feel the crowd, you are with the crowd, you are with the game. In fact, the good thing about the film, which really takes this film apart from the other sports film, that you are in the center of the game. That's a feeling Amit has managed to get in the making of the film. Of course, we had 8 camera operators, sometimes 10, best of lenses. जितनी फिल्म मेकिंग की नॉलेज थी सर बोली जी अमित क्या क्या मांग रहे हैं क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं पॉसिबल नहीं है that we should give all what Amit wants because he is sincere, honest, and everybody felt that he would deliver, and here it is, the film is complete, and I feel the entire crew, an excellent job, honest job, and everybody has been absolutely passionate. Imagine, it's been four and a half years we've been at the film. 2019 August we started shooting. And mind you, the entire talkie portion of the film was over by 2020 December. Uske baad we went, it was just training of the players. I mean, some players were trained as players. And the ground would have been ready by March. October we had acquired at least a 16-acre piece of land somewhere close to Bombay. And right when we were ready to shoot, this was around the 19th of November or 20th of November, we got this news that there's going to be March, I'm sorry, March. And we were supposed to start shooting that. And nobody imagined the lockdown would continue for, I think the first lockdown continued till for about 6-7 months till November. Then there was a break in between November and December. We started shooting again, players were bored. I mean, the players left in May, thinking that lockdown would be over in 15-20 days. When the lockdown wasn't over, we had to send them back. We were called again in November, December. We shot for 10-12 days. In our crew, about 12 people were affected. I thought we had to back up the shooting. Again, everybody went back. Lockdown again. After that came the cyclone. Sets were demolished. Then again we rebuilt the set, everybody was called back. Again a lockdown. Then finally we managed to complete the shooting sometime in 22. After that they went to back, but next all the other shots now. Well, this is the journey of this film. I don't know how much of it I managed to convey. I can talk vividly because I remember every single day how we managed to pull through and remain absolutely focused to make this film as honestly as we can and as close to what was played then.
Okay. I mean, if I can tell you, and the stories sort of resonates three things with me. One, the difficulties and the challenges, number one, because clearly lockdown after lockdown and one understands the set getting demolished, the costs go up, but at the same time you cannot compromise on creativity. So the difficulties of making this. Number two, in a sports film in India, the story is very linear and the sports action is oftentimes jarring. The little things that I've seen so far from the trailers, and I think I can speak on behalf of everybody, football is real. Football seems very real action, real players.
I just heard one thing, those days, nowadays football is played on artificial turf. We leased out that 16 acres of land and we went back to the football manufacturers of those days to create footballs of that era. To check those laces tight and I see now leather football. So all that, I mean, we've gone to that extent, rather he has gone to that extent to create that kind of environment. Because 500 much more of that era and those
That is what I want to ask, because the attention to detail, whether it is the ball, and one can go back, if you see whether it's the 1930 World Cup, 2 half-two balls, from there on to what we have now, this is real good. So thought on that, on the players and the football action. And finally, why 1962? Why between 1950? I mean, why not something else that's more known to everybody? Because 1962, except for the student of history, somebody who's considered mad. Otherwise, why 1962 for all things?
So, you just spoke about the detailing of shooting as in what you saw in the shots. One thing was very clear in my head that, football should be shot in a way that people need to enjoy when they watch a game on television. The frenzy, you see the fun, and I didn't want to shoot football in a way that actors के साथ में shoot करते हैं जिनको football नहीं खेलना आता. They just come. So for us, the easiest thing is that we shoot close up of the foot, which is somebody else's thing, then close up of the face. That is the actor, and then the wide shot running with the football of the actor. I said, I didn't want to shoot like this. The stadiums should turn the